Welcome back to the Write Your Path podcast. My name is Lolly. I'm a writer, editor, book doula, and writing coach. And today we have my dear friend Nastia on. It's crazy because we met 6 months ago, but it seems a lot longer for some reason. I think it's because we met at a retreat, and I feel like when you meet at a retreat, since you're doing so much like intense spiritual work within like a short amount of time, it's like you get to know people really fast.
Yeah. The friendship develops very quickly.
Yeah, you're like, okay, we know each other.
Yeah, and also sharing a room.
Oh yeah, we were roomies too. So, well, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay! So, give us a little bit of background about like who you are and where you're from, and what kind of led you on your path to be seated here with me in Mexico City.
I am Nastia. I'm from Cyprus, but I was born in Ukraine, and I like to say that I've lived multiple lives up until now.
I feel that.
Yeah. I have all kinds of different seasons of my life, but it has led me to be here. And I feel like right now I'm aligned exactly with where I want to go.
Oh, I love that.
I have previously worked traveling all around the world and working on boats.
Mm-hmm.
And over there, I discovered my love for food because I was traveling all around and being in different places. But most importantly, I discovered my love for nature and how close the people of every country gets to nature to create, whether it was remedies or meals, especially in smaller places in the world, tiny islands where you can't really get much in. Everyone relied on what was growing there. And from those places, I learned a lot about remedies, a lot about recipes, just making with what you have. By then, I had no idea what Ayurveda was. So,
what year was this, like more or less?
This was around 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, 2018.
You're still working on the boat?
Yeah,
okay.
Still working on the boat. Just started working on the boat.
And you were like on private yachts, right? Like below deck style.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's I did different style of boats because mostly I was in expedition boats, which is a little bit different to a charter boat, which is what you see on below deck. But it was private.
Oh, nice.
So it was a little bit like below deck, but I think sometimes not as intense. Okay. So we went, rather than doing charters around the world and like swimming in champagne and like doing all these parties, we were more like...
I love it.
We were more like set on expedition missions.
Oh, cool.
By our boss.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got the chance to travel all around, and I was just like a sidekick to that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
At first, I was studying fashion marketing and branding in the UK, and then I don't know, went from school to university to work, and I felt like there was more to life than just studying and just doing. I was in an office. No, first I was in a school, then I was in university, then I was in an office, and I was like, is this it? I mean, like, is this
what we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, is this my life for like the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And I had like I like to call it early life crisis.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Same. Which I think I'm so thankful for.
Yeah. I honestly, my best decisions came from the lowest point of my life.
Yeah.
Like the rock bottom.
Yeah, I feel that.
And when I was in London, I mean, I had the boyfriend, I had the job, I had the apartment, but I was so unhappy. And I was like, it's just, I don't feel, even though back then I feel like I had no emotional awareness or no mindfulness, I still felt like I was not on the right path. And I enjoyed what I was doing, but I didn't feel like it fulfilled me.
Yeah.
So...
You're like, this is okay, but I don't want okay.
Yeah.
I want more than okay.
I'm just doing this because I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't know, I decided to like complete 180. And I told everyone, you know what, I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to leave London. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. And then my friend was like, why don't you go work on boats? Go like, just take some time off and...
Have you like sailed previously, or
Never.
did you have any experience on boats? Okay.
Zero.
I was like, because that's like very out of left field.
Exactly. And I was like
that's like something saying to me. It's like, I get seasick. What are you talking about?
I still get seasick.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was
perfect job for me.
on the boats. Every time the boat would start moving, I would get seasick.
Oh,
constantly.
no, I could not.
No, and the first boat didn't have stabilizers that I was working
Oh
on.
my God,
And
absolutely not.
it was just, yeah. But I think that's where my resilience came from.
It's like, if I can live uncomfortably 24/7,
Yeah.
I can do anything, okay?
So yeah, my friend told me, why don't you do that? And I was like, okay, how do I do that? And then he told me, and I was like, I will do that.
Oh, wow.
And I just...
That's funny because, like, my friend, too, like, the reason I did remote years, he just sent me a message and was like, you should do this thing.
Yeah.
And I took it as, like, a sign from the universe. Like, then I wasn't as woo-woo, but, like, now I see it as that, where it's like, okay, yeah. And I was like, sure, that does sound like me. I'm going to do that.
Exactly. But isn't it amazing when we have those moments where it's just a thought, but then it clicks and it sets in your mind, and you know, and you're focused that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And nothing is going to
Yeah, you're like, I have to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle that, like, fits in, and that's it. It's there.
Yeah. So shout out to those friends. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And that's where I spent, like, the rest, like, I think 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 7 years.
7 years of seasickness.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's my nightmare.
Yeah, but I feel like I really got what I wanted in that season of my life where I really craved adventure and I craved to go out in the world and discover. It's exactly what I wanted. And I think sometimes that show that, once you put your mind to something and you're like, I want to get this right now, you can get it.
Yeah. Where did you go on the ship? Like, I know you went a lot of places, but what were some of
the first job that I got, it was in Madagascar.
Ooh.
So I was flown out to Madagascar, and then we went to South Africa. We went to St. Helena Island, Ascension Island. St. Helena was actually where Napoleon was exiled to.
Oh, that's right. I was like, why does that sound familiar? And
so we went to see his house, and he was like so tiny. It was tiny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you see that movie, by the way?
No.
Oh, it just came out a couple of years ago with Joaquin Phoenix. It's actually pretty good. And there's like a whole part of him being on the island.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
And then when he tries to come back and
yeah. And a lot of really cool remote destinations that I never even knew existed up until we were on the boat. And it was over there where I learned how to dive. And we did a lot of diving expeditions. It was just really working with such a variety of different cultures, people, food also, but also, just traveling and seeing the world. Yeah.
And were you working with food on the ship or no?
No, I was a stewardess.
Okay.
I was like a glorified cleaner, basically.
Yeah. I love it. So when did that transition happen? Because obviously you're traveling, you're being exposed to all these cultures and all these foods. Like, when is your interest peak to be like, I want to go into this?
I think I've always had that interest since I was a little girl. When I was a little girl, I used to make potions.
Oh my God, yes, little witches. Little witches. I remember doing this too.
And I would always hide it in my wardrobe. My mom would open and there would be like jars of mud and like leaves and like probably dog poop. Like, because I would find everything in the soil and like put it in the jars and then be like, okay, this is the potion for love. And this is the potion for happiness. And this is the potion for
so
like...
cute.
And I would spend hours just like walking, because back then we didn't have computers, we didn't have phones, we didn't have iPads. We were like just walking in the woods, and I would like find these leaves and come up with, and I was just always pulled towards.
And this was in Cyprus.
This was in Cyprus. Like always pulled towards nature, always pulled towards herbs and making things and like, believing that they can heal. Yeah. And then, I grew up, and as adults do, life happened, and I never really thought much about food and what I consume up until I hit my own like health challenges. And it was only after I hit my challenges that my whole relationship with food transitioned, and I started digging into food as medicine and reading and studying, and over some period of time discovering Ayurveda. Yeah.
So when did you transition from like the boat life to the Ayurveda life?
Well, it was a very abrupt transition, to be honest, because I got pregnant.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. On the boat during COVID.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, I was with my partner, and yeah, we had a COVID baby.
Oh my
And
God.
he was the chief mate on the boat, and
Mhm.
I was a stewardess. And then, in a short, even though I already started reading and studying, and by then completely transitioned my lifestyle
Mhm.
and my nutrition, it was, I think, after my son was born that I truly, truly made that confident step, because I felt like I always had like one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah.
And it was like this transition, but I wasn't ready to fully set into it. So I kept stepping back and then forward and backwards. And so the reason why I really trusted Ayurveda and fell in love with it is because for all of my life,
Mhm.
every possible doctor, every gynecologist I went to told me that I was not going to be able to have children.
Wow.
Because I have endometriosis, because I have polycystic ovaries, and he was like, the chances of you having children is like tiny, 0.001%. So with those conditions, my period was always very irregular. Sometimes I would not have it for a year, sometimes for a few months. So as you can imagine, my moods were like, my hormones, my moods
were like all over the place.
All over the place. Sometimes losing hair, acne, like just so many problems. But no one has ever mentioned how important nutrition is in managing PCOS.
Yeah. No
one. So I live my like normal life eating tons of sugar, tons of processed food, and then wondering why my period was not coming for like 7 months.
Yeah.
And everyone just, every doctor just wanted to put me on a pill. Yeah.
That's like their solution to everything. Yeah. With that. I'm just like, yeah, let's pump you with hormones.
You want to be.
I'm like, what? It's like, I remember when I went off hormonal birth control, I was like, I want meat, like I want my chicken hormone free. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, if I don't want to eat that, why would I want to do it to myself?
Exactly. And like they honestly they put me on the pill from like the age of 14 probably.
Holy shit.
And I was on it for many years. So as you can imagine, like once I went off it,
your body doesn't know how to regulate itself because you've always been on this thing. Exactly. It never could develop, especially since that's like your prime developmental stage.
Exactly. And during that time, they also put me acne medication because I was having like really intense acne. So I was not only on the pill, but I was also on really intense acne.
Like Accutane?
Yeah.
That Accutane. Shit is
I was
crazy.
Like 5 times a week. I constantly nosebleeds.
I can't believe they put children on that.
Yeah. And they put me on Accutane from the age of 13.
Holy
shit.
So
I was on both of those really strong medications. And I was on Accutane for around a year.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can imagine, my body was like...
Yeah, it was like, no.
Yeah, it was like a raisin. Its life was sucked out of it. Like, and it was only... That's the thing, that age is so important.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think once I came off the pill, I really took charge into my own hands, and I was like, no, that's it. I cannot go back on a pill. I don't want to go to these doctors. So I kind of sought out help from a holistic PCOS therapist. And that's the first time that she talked about nutrition. That's the first time she talked about food. And she talked about lifestyle, and which no one has ever done with me before. And after we made the changes into my diet and lifestyle, my period came back.
Oh my God.
And I had my son. Yeah. And I got pregnant.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So it was there that I really understood the impact of food on the body. Yeah. And the power that your body has to heal itself, to regulate without the pill. Without like,
Wow.
Yeah.
So once that happened, you were like, was that your sign to be like, okay, I've had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now I have to go all the way into this?
No.
You're like, no, it still took time to get there.
I feel like it happened in stages, because whilst the body part was there and I understood, the mind part was not there yet. I still had a lot of things to work out, like to go inward. And that only happened after my son was born. And I started understanding my emotions. I started going to therapy and trying to be the best person that I could be in order to bring up this little human being. Because now I had a human being who was dependent on me for the rest of his life. yeah, and I felt like once I truly, because it was COVID time as well, I had all of the time to go inward, to reflect on myself, to work on myself, to not only in the body but also in the mind. So it was then afterwards where I felt I was confident, ready to start. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love how I had my other friend Mia on, and she also said the pandemic was like her turning point where she had time to really invest in herself
Yeah.
and do a lot of introspective work. And then that led her down
Exactly.
her own entrepreneurial journey because she's like, I need to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. It was like that. And to be honest, it was not fun because I was, it's not like I was there like journaling and happy and singing. I was in the rock bottom of my life when I was doing all of that. I was going through postpartum depression. I was going through a breakup with my son's dad. I left my career, which I thought I was going to be on boats forever. And it was COVID, so I was not allowed to see anyone. And my son's dad at that point returned back to work. So it was just me and a fresh baby. And I was 25 years old.
Damn.
So it was a lot of things that I had to process.
Yeah.
And a lot of things to understand. Like, where do I want, what is my purpose? Who am I? Because my whole identity before having my son, as you can imagine, 24 years old, was party, very outgoing, very extroverted, traveling, living very like adventurous, spontaneous, carefree. And now it was COVID. I could not move anywhere. I could not travel. I'm now a mom. And my whole relationship with drinking completely changed. And partying.
Yeah. Where were you when COVID was happening? All this was happening.
I was all over the place, to be honest.
Okay, you were still moving around.
I was on the boat, but I was first in Lissingen, then in Greece, and like I was still working.
Okay.
And I found out I was pregnant when I was in Malta.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So where was Matteo born?
In Cyprus.
Oh, okay.
That's when
okay.
I worked up until I was 7 months.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And then
seasick and pregnant on the boat.
And then I returned back home, and that was
nice.
The first time I think in my life where I was alone. And
wow.
Because in the boat you're constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the crew.
Such tight quarters too.
Yeah. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, to be honest, sometimes. So when you're in the ocean, I mean, it's like the same day every day, same people. And then it was COVID, and then it was just all alone. Yeah.
Wow.
It was the time to be reflective.
Yeah. I'm so glad you took advantage of it, because I feel like a lot of people would have just been like, my life sucks.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get back to like what I was doing before. Like, fuck this. Like, I love that you took the time to actually reflect and be like, no, what do I actually want?
Yeah. You know, I had a lot of resistance towards the idea that I'm going to change after my son was going to be born. Because everyone always told me, when you're a parent or when you're pregnant and you're going to have a child, everyone always tells you, your life is going to change. And you're never going to be the same. And I was like, nah, no way. I'm always going to stay the same.
Yeah.
It's true. I went through a whole shed of identity, like, during my pregnancy process and after. And I felt like not only did I give birth to a human being, but also gave birth to me.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
completely
totally.
New human being.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Aww.
It was a whole process. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, once you decided you're gonna do your own thing, write your own path, how did that look for you in your beginning stages as you started kind of exploring what you wanted and being like, is it food? What is it? Like, how did you have like multiple ideas, or did you know from the beginning like exactly what you wanted to do?
I think I always knew that I wanted to work in alternative medicine. So I was always pulled towards it, but because there's so many different types of alternative medicine, I didn't even know where to begin. Yeah. So the first time I came to Mexico was actually a time to just be on my own and understand, where is it that I'm going with my life? And I was here for a month, and I was reflecting and looking at all these courses and schools and universities, and I booked this naturopathy course, which I was like, okay, I'm going to be a naturopath. It makes sense. It's aligned. And then during my trip, I encountered a girl who was an Ayurvedic practitioner, and she started telling me all about Ayurveda, and my heart just instantly felt so aligned.
Wow.
So aligned. And I was like, I'm going to cancel this course right now. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
I love that.
And whilst I didn't know that I wanted to work specifically with food, I loved that idea of Ayurveda and the way that the medicinal system is built is that it's not just about the body. It's about the body, the mind, and the spirit. And I feel like those three are so crucial when looking at health, when looking at your well-being.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, your body may be healthy, but what about your mind? And that's like what I was talking about before, that I managed to take charge of my body, but I needed to work on my mind because the stress, the anxiety was still there, and that was causing me sleep problems, and I wouldn't eat. And it's important to look after and nurture those three aspects.
So for people who don't know anything about Ayurveda, can you give like a basic explanation?
Yes, of course. So Ayurveda is a medicinal system that is from India. It's one of the oldest medicinal systems in the world. And Ayurveda really works with understanding if you're going for a, let's say, health challenge or a certain condition. When you go to a doctor, let's say in a Western clinic, usually they look at the diagnosis and the symptoms, and they give you something that will help the symptoms.
They're not like the root cause.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas in Ayurveda, it's about understanding the root cause of every problem. It's more of a preventative medicine, but also if you're going through something, it really gets to the root of why it was there in the first place.
Wow.
It asks like so many different questions that I feel like should be asked when you go to the doctor and you have any kinds of problems. And Ayurveda works, I think for some, it may sound a little bit woo-woo.
We love the woo-woo.
Yeah. And I have been told in the past, because it's sometimes difficult to explain this to my clients who moved to me from like a doctor, and then I start talking to them about the 5 elements.
Yeah.
And how there's 5 elements in your body, and
they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
So I'll try to break it in a very simple way. And the way that Ayurveda sees is that every person is different. There is no one size fits all, which is why there is no one cure for every disease or like one cure for everything. You may be going for a health condition, but your body is different to another person. So every person gets a different set of treatments, different set of food, different set of everything. So Ayurveda really understands you to the core. And it
like takes the time
exactly
to get to know you individually instead of generalizing with the entire population, which makes so much more sense.
Exactly. It's like, for example, when I go to the gynecologist, the pill. That is the solution.
Exactly.
Whereas here in Ayurveda, there's like pages and pages of questions.
Wow.
About your sleep, about which side you sleep on. They look at your tongue. They look at like your relationship with yourself, relationship with your family, about your stress. I mean, all kinds of questions.
Wow.
And all of those are crucial to understanding health.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So once you decided Ayurveda was the path, what did you do? What were the steps you took to get to really learn this medicine?
Once I decided, it was still COVID. So
much happened in COVID.
Yeah. I went for a whole transition. But of course, like any person, you know, when you get really excited, you buy like a million new books and you're like, I'm going to start reading everything about Ayurveda. So every day I was consuming information. I was listening to podcasts, I was reading books. And at that point, I wasn't in a position yet to go physically and start a course because I had a fresh baby. So I was like, okay, well, if I cannot do a course or I cannot go to a school, I will just learn any possible way I can.
Wow.
So I attended a lot of free seminars, free courses. I read so many books and listened to so many podcasts until the opportunity arose where I was able to go and study physically. Yeah.
Wow.
And take a course. And I also was doing an online course for a few years. And yeah.
So you have told me previously you worked at like an Ayurvedic hospital, right?
So different.
How was that? That sounds
So
wild to me.
different. I mean, from the moment that I entered the hospital, everything about it was different. The lighting, first of all.
Ooh, not that
Yeah.
ugly, harsh,
No.
bright, cold light, which I fucking hate.
I hate it.
It's like, I feel like that is already a detriment to my health.
It's crazy. And you know what? The patients in the hospital, they could go outside and there was a gardening area. They could spend time in like the garden greenhouse. There was a yoga room. There was a meditation room. There is sound healing.
Oh my God.
In the hospital. And all the food, of course, is a vegetarian. But it was incredible. Wow. It was such a difference. And the way I think also seeing the patients there and how they felt inside the hospital was so different to how you see people in the other hospital. Even though they may be in pain, they're just more relaxed. And I feel like all of those, the sound healing and meditation and yoga and being able to walk in the garden, it contributes towards your mental.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So how long were you there working at the hospital?
I was there for around 1 month.
Okay.
1 month.
And what did you do?
I was just shadowing the doctors.
Okay.
So basically, it was part of my course where we would shadow the doctors and see how they do the consultations. And it was so interesting because they would look at the tongue and they would check your pulse, they would read your pulse. Yeah. And very different to what you would do in a normal hospital. Yeah. And the food, it was over there where I realized that I really was drawn to the food because the food really, it intrigued me. Because when you think of hospital food, it's like chicken and rice and like a jelly. And there it was so bright and colorful and varied, and I was like, wow, I want to eat here every day.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I've never heard someone say that about hospital food in my life.
It sounds amazing. Like, it looked amazing, and I was like, I want to leave. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it.
I'm surprised you weren't like, can I go shadow the chefs for the doctor?
I actually did that in my school. I was
cool.
Can I actually go stay with the chefs for a little bit, because I was so curious. Even though my course was mostly theory, and it was learning the whole medicinal system, I was always more pulled towards the food part. So every time I had a chance to be with the chef, I was like, yes, like I'm here.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, can I learn? Can you show me how you do it this way? And then he explained to me, about all the cooking principles and everything, and I learned a little bit from him as well.
Wow, that's so cool. What's one of their like medicinal practices that most surprised you? That's different to like the Western world.
I think I was when I did have you done panchakarma in the past? No, so they do panchakarma treatments. And it's basically a set of treatments to flush out the toxins from your body. By flush out, I mean like for every possible way.
Ooh.
Like flush out by vomiting, flush out by diarrhea, flush out like out of every direction. So when the young guy when we were doing the treatments, I was like, wait, what do you mean diarrhea for? I'm like, I can't do this. And I had to also study. So I think that part surprised me, but then also
because you think I have diarrhea, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Whereas they're like, you have diarrhea, you're getting better.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly. But there's a lot of treatments that they do. They put like ghee as well on the eyes.
Wow.
Warm ghee.
What is that supposed to do?
It helps, like if you have problems with your eyes, if they're constantly inflamed, if they're red, it helps to lubricate them, because usually if your eyes are inflamed, they're very dry. So ghee helps to lubricate.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's because when we also did all the treatments on each other, and we learned how to do the treatments. I was so scared when they were like, okay, you're next, and just open your eyes. I'm like, what do you mean open my eyes?
Oh,
I'm
it's open.
Yeah.
It's not closed.
No.
What?
You open your eyes, and then you have the oil in there, and the oil is warm. So you're there like trying to...
Oh my God, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. But then, to be honest, once I opened it, I was like, oh, it's actually not that bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But... And I also love the fact that all the medicine in an Ayurvedic pharmacy is all made from herbs.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
They utilize so many herbs. I really love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a quiz. No. So if like I had period pain, for example, since we were talking about periods, what would be like their pharmaceutical for that? For like inflammation and pain and... Because, you know, I think I'll take an ibuprofen.
Yeah, it really depends, to be honest, from, once again, the root of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
period pain.
Yeah.
Because if it comes every month, there's so many questions that would have to be asked. And that's the thing. I cannot tell you one solution for like to solve your period pain. I would have to understand why your period pain is there in the first place. Is it regular? Is like, you know, there's so many things contributing to it. Do you have PCOS? Do you have endometriosis? Do you have like a list of questions?
Oh wow.
And then afterwards I'll be able to tell you what's better for your body.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the thing, like usually, and that's what I do with my clients. Like now I've been doing a 7-day kind of reset plan for my clients, and I don't like to call it detox, but more like understanding your body right now and what it needs. And I really ask them in great detail about their body, about their health conditions, about what medication they're taking, about their sleep, about their relationship, about like so many questions. And only then am I able to make, whether it's personalized tea blends or personalized tonics or personalized food, I understand what state they're in, and then I'm able to make the remedies and the food according to their body.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I love doing it. I feel like there was a person that came into my kitchen the other day and she was like, "Are you a witch?"
You're like, yes.
I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Since I was a young child making potions of mud and dog poop in my house.
I guess you could say that in some way, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Because I have like so many jars of so many herbs, like all like random. No matter where I go, the first thing I do, I always buy herbs. And I bring them with me, and I really study like in every country in the Mexican herbology. And then if I go to Cyprus, I bring those herbs with me from Cyprus or from Ukraine, and it's just a collection of everything.
I was gonna ask you about that because I feel like there's a lot of similarities between like Mexican herbalism or like natural remedies and Ayurveda. Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like my like chiropractor / acupuncturist is like into holistic medicine, and so whenever I have digestive issues, they put like a cold mud, like barro, like a wrap on me. And then they're like, it's cold, so it's like sucking out any of like the warm, like literally like, because they're all about like hot and cold, hot and cold. So they're like, obviously your digestive issues are generating a lot of heat and inflammation. So we want to like suck that out into the mud. And I was like, what?
It's the same in the Ayurveda. If you have a lot of heat in your body, inflammation, then you have to cool it down, and you have to understand where the inflammation is. So you eat a lot of cooling foods, you do cooling treatments, as well with skin conditions.
Oh wow. Same. So I kind of love that. Have you studied a little bit of the traditional like Mexican medicine?
I've been dipping my toes in it. But I understand, for example, when studying in the Ayurveda, every ingredient has its properties, whether it's heating or it's cooling.
Yeah. And so same in,
exactly. Yeah. Whatever ingredient I find here in Mexico, I always understand, is it heating or is it cooling? What can I combine it with? And
that's so fascinating, because I went to this workshop of this woman at Koti, and it was like a free workshop, and she like gave this whole like she had like some herbs there, and she would like pass it around, and then she would ask us like, is this for heating or cooling? And you're like, and it's intuitive, like you just, I mean, of course you can like memorize, but on the spot you just kind of have to be like, what is my body telling me? Which is crazy.
And it's like, if you think about it, on a very cold day where you want something, like you're just freezing and you want a cup of tea, you would most likely reach out for like a ginger tea, which is heating, or cinnamon, which is heating, rather than like a mint tea, which is refreshing and cooling. So yeah, every herb, every ingredient has either heating or cooling properties.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And so can you explain a little bit about, for people who don't know what like a dosha is, like how does the cooling versus the heating kind of work with an individual body?
So in Ayurveda, we have 3 different constitutions, which we call doshas. These essentially describe the body constitutions,
Mm-hmm.
body and mental, and each dosha has its own set of traits,
Mm-hmm.
physical traits, mental traits, and properties. And so we understand that by firstly understanding the dosha, we're able to understand what the person is going through.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're born with a set of doshas,
Mm-hmm.
and we call it like our natural balance,
Mm-hmm.
our balance state. And obviously, as life happens, environment changes, and lifestyle, our doshas go out of balance. And so the goal of an Ayurvedic practitioner and Ayurveda in general is to keep it balanced as much as possible to the
Mm-hmm.
natural state. So every dosha has its set of properties.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, we have 3, which is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
Mm-hmm.
And like Vata is normally very cold, which is what I am. My hands are always cold, my feet are always cold, and my nose is always cold. So I always drink a lot of warm liquids. I try to keep myself as warm as possible. Whereas Pitta is hot. There's a lot of like
that's
heat.
More me.
Yeah. So you want to be cooling it down. Pitta is also like there's so many ways of understanding the doshas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like once you do, everything just makes so much more sense in life. And like when you feel out of balance, you know what you need to do to get back to that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people can be a mixture of doshas, correct?
You are a mixture of doshas.
Okay.
You have all 3.
You just normally tend to have more of one than the other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
One usually dominates, and yeah, and you just want to bring it to your natural balance state. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I always like, even if you're listening to this and you're like, what the fuck is this? I think the more information we have, like the same thing with astrology, right?
Yeah.
Like the more information that you have about yourself and why you are the way you are, the better you can get back into balance. Like you said, when you do feel off, because you know, like, oh, I tend to be this way or another. I tend to react to this situation in this way or that way, right? So it's like, I feel like the more I'm all about like having more information about understanding me, both physically, you know, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because then at least I have all of that knowledge at my fingertips to, maybe it's not 100% accurate, but I have access to it and I can understand it. And even if it helps me a little bit, I think it's worth it.
Exactly. No, it's helped me a lot over the years to understand my body at a much deeper level, and what I need in terms of food, what I need in terms of whether it's emotional stress or anxiety, like practices that calm me down, breathing practices or foods. You know, if I'm like, one rule is that if I feel very stressed and anxious, I'm not gonna go for like an extremely cold drink. I'm gonna go for something warm and grounding that's gonna settle my body. Yeah, like a lot of warm teas, soups.
Yeah.
Tons of soups.
I love all your soups.
Yeah, me too.
They're like my favorite. Great soups. I've always been a soup fan. It'll be like, when I lived in Boston, it was like so hot and humid in the summer, and I would literally, and there was no AC because I was like a college kid, and I would literally sit and like be sweating into my bowl of soup. But I was like, no, I love soup.
That's
like I can't not eat soup.
Exactly. I'm like a soup person.
Yeah.
During all the seasons.
Same.
I love it. And in the summer as well. In the summer, I make cooling soups, a lot of gazpachos and cold soups. Yeah, but still, I still eat a lot of soup.
I love soup.
Yeah.
They're the best. So tell us a little bit about how you work with your clients and like the different offerings you have, because I know you do retreats, you have like your Ayurvedic chef business where you like make food, and then I know you also have like one-on-one clients, right?
Yeah.
So like, can you kind of explain like what you do with all your different programs and offerings?
everything always links back to food. So whatever I do always links back to my meals, whether it's caterings or it's meal prep, or personalized plans. I use food as a tool to heal the body. So I recently have started the 7-day resets, and I see a lot of programs online of like, whether it's a diet or a cleanse or a juice cleanse or something. There's so many things out there, but I don't believe like it's a one thing that's going to help everyone. It may help one person and that person will feel amazing, and then that person will tell his friend, and then the friend tries it and the friend's like, no, I feel horrible. And that's the goal of my 7-day reset plan, is that I send you a long list of questionnaires that I ask you.
Fill out this book.
I'm like, take your time. You don't have to rush for it. And I talk to you, and you help me understand what it is that your body is needing right now, how you're feeling, what are your health goals, how are you eating, and then I build a personalized food plan for you. So it's not the same food plan for everyone. Everyone has a different kind of food plan, and that I feel like is the best way to go about it. You understand. First of all, I send a very detailed feedback list as well, with suggestions of lifestyle, suggestions of food. So you get to understand your body on a better level, what's working well for you, what's not working so well, from a food perspective as well. And then you get to eat the food, and you get to see how you feel over time. And that's what I've been working on most recently, as well as the meal prep, which I've tried.
So delicious. Highly recommend.
Yeah, the meal prep is it's a weekly thing that I've started like around 1.5 years ago, as a request from one of my friends who told me like, I just want to eat more healthy, but I don't know where to start. So I was like,
I was in the same boat.
And I don't know how to include so many vegetables or grains in my diet. So what I do is I have like a weekly menu that I change every week, and I label each meal by which dosha it balances. So if you're feeling like you need some more stimulating foods, you go for kapha dishes. If you're feeling like you need more warm grounding foods, you go for vata. If you feel like you need cooling foods, you go for pitta. So it helps you to find dishes that are for how you want to be feeling.
And I never knew vegetables could be so delicious. I am like just not good at eating my veggies. I never have been, so I can definitely say it's really fucking delicious. I think I sent you a picture like the other week, and I was like, oh my god, the umami in this dish is insane. Like, what the fuck is this? It's so good.
I try to. That's the thing. I think at one point I was the vegan, and I was so tired of constantly eating Buddha bowls. And just like, please, someone like, is there a restaurant that's the vegan option is not a Buddha bowl of falafel? Like, I wanted something comforting. I wanted something delicious, and that's where I started playing around with all kinds of flavors and food. Because if you're plant-based, at least back then, if you were plant-based, it was hard to find any options that was just not salad and like dry falafels. So I started. That was my whole goal, to kind of like break the taboo that healthy food is boring, or healthy food is like not tasty, and all of that.
And now it is. Is there like one dish that you love to make? It's like one of your favorite things.
Probably banana bread.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I literally have everything out to make banana bread today. I mean, it's not going to be Ayurvedic banana bread, but that's really funny.
It's funny because, no, banana bread is not very Ayurvedic, but how
can I make it Ayurvedic?
Exactly, that's the thing. When I make my banana bread, I add a lot of like cinnamon and ginger to stimulate the digestion, and
I'm going to do that.
Also fat, so to help for you not to get that sugar crush straight away. And I usually make it either with almond flour or coconut flour, so I try to keep it healthy. And I don't use white flour. I basically try to avoid anything processed in my body.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was just listening to a podcast episode of Diary of a CEO. And he interviewed this researcher from Boston College who basically has, well, not discovered, he basically is now trying to popularize the idea that cancer is a metabolic disease. And so really it's like, if you can monitor your glucose levels, that will help you regulate like your cancer risk more than anything else. And so I'll link to it in the show notes, but it's basically like, you don't want things to be fermenting inside of your body.
Exactly.
And the way to stop doing that is to like reduce processed foods, reduce like glucose and glutamine and all this stuff so that like it's not fermenting, because that's when cellular damage happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was like, what? Like
Yeah.
I had never, because I mean, the narrative is like, no, you get it and you have to like radiate yourself. And he's like, no, honestly, like it would be better to go on a diet.
Yeah.
Exactly like you were saying earlier in the episode, right? To like go on a diet and look at your food to treat the cancer, kind of like what you do with your PCOS.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, I've never thought about this.
Yeah. There's so many points I can make about this, but the fermentation is a very big one. And I think one of the, if not the biggest addiction in the world is sugar.
Yeah.
It's so hard to just completely cut out sugar. But I still believe that you can get and eat sugar, but in a healthy way.
Like honey.
Like dates, for example. Dates and using date sugar and just cutting out processed sugar. Yeah, I made all of the desserts that I make is only with dates or date sugar.
Oh, wow.
I have
because you don't like monk fruit.
No, I hate monk fruit.
You're just like that. So that's like all I use is monk fruit, and you're like, ew, how can you do
I
that?
hate the taste of monk fruit.
I like don't even notice it anymore. It's so funny.
Well, as soon as I bite into a dessert, I'm like, oh, like why? And I can't. Like it's just so. I don't know. I find it so strong. And I remember I once had a client who was actually going through chemotherapy.
Oh shit.
And was completely doing keto and could only use monk fruit.
Yeah.
And I was like adding it. I was like, oh god, no, please. Like I cannot do this, but okay.
You're like, I'll do it for you, but I'm not gonna taste the food.
It's my least favorite, probably sweetener. To be honest, I don't.
That's so funny. I love it. It's so fucking expensive though, but I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look into dates now too.
Yeah.
Because
they're not that, and that's the thing with dates is that you can make date syrup as well. You just soak them in water and then you blend them.
Yeah, because they are kind of like gooey already. Right?
Yeah, as soon as you soak them in hot water, literally 10 minutes, and then you can blend it and it turns into a syrup, and then you can use that as a sweetener.
Oh my god.
And that's what I do with most of my desserts.
Do you dry it out sometimes or no? It's always like
because
syrup.
I mean when you get dates, they're already dehydrated. So you just want to hydrate them in hot water. And when I add the water to the dates, I usually add ginger and cardamom, and then I blend it, and then I use that.
Oh, yum!
Yeah. But don't forget to take the pit out.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be great for your blender. It's like 5 blenders later, I finally learned my lesson.
I had once like a person that was helping me in the kitchen, and that's what I was doing. I was every week I do the date syrup. And I'm like, okay, now can you please blend the dates? And I'm just going to do this. And then add it all over the pitch. And I'm like, no. And my blender just started like, it was not happy.
Oh.
It was like boom, 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 boom. And
you're like, no.
Yeah. Safe to say we didn't make date syrup that day.
Like, oops.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
If people want to find you, where can they do that online?
On my Instagram, Integrated Ayurveda. Currently doing a website.
Ooh,
yes.
Exciting.
But yeah, probably Instagram is the best way to find me. Integrated Ayurveda.
Yay! And I highly recommend all of the food. It's delicious. So if you are in Mexico City, definitely try it. And if you are not in Mexico City and you're going to host a retreat somewhere, you can also hire Nastia to do all the food at your retreat, because it's also a great idea. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure, Lolly.
Yay. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Ciao.